All right, welcome to Two Birds, One Stoned. I'm Vincent Schultz, and I'm here
Zachary
with...
Brooks.
Oh, yeah.
I just jumped over on you.
You're fine, you're fine. I was going to say, I'm here with, and then take it away.
I'm Zach Brooks.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm Zachary Brooks.
How long have we been doing this?
This is a couple months now we've been doing this.
Number 7?
Number 7, yeah.
But, I mean...
Well, it's like number 10.
Exactly.
But this is number 7.
That's what I was going to go get at, yeah.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's been a decent day.
But this is officially episode number 7.
This is officially episode number 7. And we're joined here with these two furry dogs that are mine, Baloo and Noodle.
Hi, Baloo. You got anything to say?
He's a big sniffer.
He definitely was sniffing the mic. He's probably good.
He follows his nose.
Oh, he's a good boy.
But, yeah. So I guess let's just kick this off. Zach?
Mm-hmm.
What keeps you up at night, man?
I kind of mentioned this right before we started doing all this, but what keeps me up at night is people who think that fake tans look good. I mean, I was sitting having a beer, and I don't eavesdrop. I don't make this stuff my business, but I heard somebody say to her friend, "Oh yeah, like I had a solid base, and then I did the fake tanner yesterday," and I looked, and I was like, "You definitely used fake tan, Jesus fucking Christ!"
Was she beaming?
She was orange, like straight up orange.
Well, why would you get a base tan? So what? She got a real base tan.
She did the base apparently, from what I understand. She did the base, and then she was like, "Oh, this isn't good enough. I need to go the extra mile."
That sounds ridiculous.
I'd rather just them be pale as all can be than put on a fucking fake tanner and be orange. Like, I don't care if you want to do that, but I just don't get why you think that looks good.
No, it's
I don't think it looks good.
I was just thinking, to me, that's like painting a hardwood floor. Like, you're just ruining the natural beauty with a layer of shellac, you know?
I completely agree.
Yeah, so I totally get you, man. Well, I had that one story about me, like, walking on the beach with my shirt off, and it was a group of fake tan fucking...
Who's that pale guy? He ruined
it. Yeah.
Take another.
Like, fuck those people. Like, at least I'm out here strutting my shit naturally. They're all huddled together looking like Snooki or whatever her name was, and... Yeah, they were in the shade too. They weren't even trying to get a real one while they're out there. They're in the fucking shade. Fuck them. I'm gonna stop swearing so much.
Whatever. Anyways, Vinny, what keeps you up at night?
God, you know,
mine was a bit shorter than normal. Normally I go off.
I could go off because it could bring people from work into it, but I'm not gonna bring those people in a broader sense. I'm gonna say, you know what keeps me up at night? It's adults that act like children, because like I'm a child, like I know I act like a child sometimes in like the good ways, I would say, but like I can also act like an adult, you know. I know how to adult.
You take your battles, you know.
Yeah,
act like a damn adult.
Yeah. But like the people around me, man, I can't go a day without having some grown up just throwing a tantrum about some stupid shit, and I'm just like, haven't you ever had anything go wrong in your life? Like, have you ever spilled milk? Have you?
Yeah.
Who was there to clean up after? Like, mommy.
This guy.
Yeah,
me right here. Personally, I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, my mother cleaned up my messes as a kid.
Well, yeah, but like it's the people who just didn't learn to do shit by themselves. I don't know, man. Maybe the ones who are just so alone they don't know how to be empathetic towards others, sort of thing, and that just makes them assholes. I don't know what it is, but it's people who can't just act their age and just deal with shit that comes their way, and that's what keeps me up at night.
Hey, taking care of yourself and personal responsibility is really fucking hard, Vinny.
I know you're saying it sarcastically, but I can't even just imagine what's running through these people's mind. Is it what they're saying in their heads? Is it really hard?
I mean, that's what I was saying, but it is a real thing. I mean, yeah, that stuff is hard, but I think it's worthwhile. I mean,
all you have to do is apply yourself. That's the thing. Like,
but applying yourself is hard. And that wasn't sarcastic. It actually is.
See,
that's what I'm saying. I agree. I completely.
I just can't see that.
I completely agree with what you're saying, but like, it actually can be tough.
I can't picture that. I can't fathom what it must be like to look through the eyes of somebody who can't apply themselves. I just can't understand that.
I understand. I can apply myself, and I try to, but at the same time, people have limitations, and then they hit a barrier, and they don't think they can exceed that or get better.
That limitation is so low.
Huge problem. Yeah, no, I completely agree with what you're saying.
It's like as soon as
it's tough.
As soon as they screw up tying their shoelace once, they're like, fuck it, and they just go the rest of the day with untied shoes. You know, that's how I feel. Easily they want to give up on things.
Well, everybody fails, but it's how you deal with failure.
Oh, totally.
And how you apply yourself after, and what you learn from that failure, which is kind of, I think, what says a lot about your mentality as a person. I don't think it's so black and white all the time where it's like, oh, you didn't apply yourself in this situation, so like therefore you're a quitter, or you that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think, right?
I do. I get what you're saying.
I think it's how you can sit down and actually apply yourself in that way consistently. I think it's about I think it's a consistency problem and not a motivational problem.
But what if it comes down to like the work sense, right? The work sense, and you have a job to do, and you just do, and you do everything in your power to not have to do that job. Like that's I want to say more than applying yourself. That's less than applying yourself.
If you're putting more effort into not doing your job shit than doing your job, then get a new goddamn job.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't want to be there. Like I understand jobs can be hard to come by, but you can always find something that is more suited to your speed and the kind of stuff you want to do. Like, it might not pay as well as what you're doing, but like at least you'll be somewhat satisfied and motivated to do that work in the first place.
Totally agree. I totally agree.
That's my view.
I totally agree, dude. Yeah. But like, some people just like, you know, they have a problem coming in. Like they signed up to do this 40-hour-a-week job sort of thing. Yeah. And when it comes time to find out that there's not enough work to go around, right? So I have to give them. That's
never true.
No,
there's always enough work to go around.
In my line of work, there's days where there's just not enough to. So like they have this thing where it's called 701 time, where you know you can go home a little like early and they'll pay you for the whole day. Like, but you know it doesn't happen every day. But like. On those
but it happens enough.
But it happens enough during the summer, especially right now. But
summer makes sense. I would imagine Christmas time. It's actually hectic, and you
way opposite. It's way opposite. Yeah. But so like on those days where you do get the chance to leave early, you're given a little bit, and you know these same people, they're given that little bit that they have to do, and they still get to get out before 8 hours, and they complain about it. It's just like, what do you need to go right in your life to stop fucking complaining? Like, holy shit, you're breathing, you got a roof over your head, you have a fucking job, you don't even have to work the full fucking 8 hours, and you're still complaining. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Some people just get off on complaining.
Benefits, everything.
Fuck you people. Some people genuinely do just get off on complaining. So, I mean, I understand it, but I don't understand the mindset of doing that. Like, I get that, like, we do this thing right here, and yeah, we kind of sit here and we'll like bitch about stuff, but at the same time, like, we're not just like doing it daily, every day, about every facet of our life. You can't just sit around and complain about things and expect it to get better. I mean, it's a whole thing of
this is an outlet.
You need to make changes if you don't like it.
They need to find an outlet if that's the thing.
Yeah,
like
I got comedy, I got music.
Exactly.
I understand totally what you're saying.
At work or something is not the place to like bring up your personal problems and what's going on in your life, because everybody's got shit going on in their
life.
Always.
Yeah,
exactly.
Everybody's life is as complicated as your own.
Exactly.
But doesn't mean it gives you a license to sit there and bitch about it.
Oh, license to kill, man. Like,
Bond,
it's crazy. They just, anyways, I want to get off that topic because it's been too negative. Yeah, it's been too negative of a day, and I want to get off of that.
It's fine, dude.
But we did bring a movie.
We got a movie today.
We brought a movie.
I didn't fuck up, and there's a movie today. I mean, I did fuck up,
but we still got a movie.
What's new?
This is another one of my favorite movies. It came out in 2000. 2018, so it's pretty recent.
Yeah. Oh, I've been seeing it on the streaming platforms. I don't remember which one, but
We were talking about Netflix earlier, and I think it was.
And I don't think I have.
Okay, not
but
that.
When you explained it, I was like, no, I
Yeah.
definitely haven't seen that.
Well, because you would know, and I'm not going to say it on here because it would spoil things a little bit. But anyways, it's called Sorry to Bother You, and let's just read the cover real quick. It says, "Get Out on Acid" by Dana Harris. She's like a writer for the IndieWire. Whatever, we'll just go through.
Okay.
Something you need to see to believe, and brilliant, outrageous, wildly original. Feels like weaponized hilarity. Wildly original.
Not just normal original, but wildly. It is so original. It is fucking wild.
Like, horses running wild in the plain? Like, that kind of wild.
Yeah. Oh, before we get into that, this movie Horse Girl, it's a Netflix original.
Horse Girl, I gotta watch that.
Turned on to it by somebody, and I gotta tell you, goddamn.
Okay.
That movie is crazy.
Okay, Horse Girl.
Horse Girl. It's Alison Brie
Well,
from Community and BoJack Horseman. And
if we don't remember it, we've at least got it on recording, so.
Right, yeah. And anybody listening after the fact, Horse Girl, check it out. Sorry to bother you.
What is it on? What is on?
Netflix. I'm pretty sure it's a Netflix original.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll check it out.
It's fucking crazy.
All right.
It's a...
Now back to our original broadcasting.
Back to what
we're bringing to you guys Sorry to Bother You. It's a great movie. It's in my own words, it's wildly original. Oh,
definitely not the critics' words, but your words. Wildly original. That is a regular level of original.
It's
but
wildly original.
It goes past the... So you got normal normal original, and then you have incredibly original.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you have outrageously original, and then we got the fucking wildly
the tippy top at the tippy top. Wildly original. That's right. It's Sorry to Bother You. It's a great movie. It's I don't actually know this actor's name. I think it's in the back here. Lakeith Stanfield. I've seen him in other movies, and after I've seen this movie, it really made me like him, and I've enjoyed him in all the other roles. Not that I remember those ones, but
really quick, I noticed he is in Get Out. They talk about Get Out in the beginning, and then I saw the cover. He's the He's the guy who gets brought into the party, who was also one of the black men who was transitioned with like the white man's brain, whatever Jordan Peele was getting at. He is the example of like what happens when they do the brain surgery stuff.
Okay.
And the boyfriend, the main character, I forget his name in the movie. He is the person that he meets, and he is like, oh, like, what's it like being another brother here and all that? And then he's like, oh, what are you talking about, friend? And like the most like ridiculous white voice.
That's interesting.
Like the Dave Chappelle style,
Richard
Pryor,
his white voice.
Yeah. But that's the same actor.
Hello there.
Yeah. No, I recognized him
that's
right
awesome.
away from that. And
because
what's his name again?
Lakeith Stanfield. Lakeith Stanfield.
Oh, Lakeith
is it
Stanfield?
Lakeith is what.
Yeah, it looks like Lakeith. Yeah, no, okay. But I recognized his face, and I was like, he was in Get Out, and then you said something about Get Out. So
yeah, well, the movies, I like that movie Get Out. I only seen it like once when it first came out on disc, once or twice. Get Out.
Oh, Get Out.
So I don't really remember his.
Get Out.
I don't remember him from it. I liked it. Yeah, I liked
and especially for Jordan Peele to just like come up with something like that after like being in comedy stuff for so long and seeing like
interesting to see a
thriller, a psychological thriller or whatever. It's like, dude, Get Out. I enjoyed Get Out.
Us was good too.
I didn't see Us. I saw Get Out. I did not see Us.
Us was great,
but I really did enjoy Get Out. I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah,
and then
well, that's cool.
But I recognize the lead actor from Sorry to Bother You, which is the movie we're talking about. Sorry, we totally went off, but I had to bring it up because I noticed him from that, and then the Get Out reference, like
it was
kind of like sparked that, and then it went up.
On Acid is what they called it on the cover. That's where it came from. Yeah.
Well, dang, I gotta definitely watch this movie then.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So like this guy he plays a telecoms like a caller. I forget what you want to call it. Like telemarketer. Telemarketer.
Yeah, I know telemarketers. Yeah.
So like he works as a telemarketer, and then like this movie is kind of. things are blown out of proportion, and it's really exaggerated in the way that it's all a metaphor for more than just a movie. It's a metaphor for something else, right? And so like the place in which he works, it's boring, blah blah blah, and he wants to do something better with his life. And so you got this elevator that goes to the tippy top of the building. That's the second time I say tippy top in this one so far.
Tippity top.
Tippity top. Yeah. But like there's this golden elevator that goes to the top of the building, and that's where like the big ballers and the high rollers go as far as telemarketers. And so like that's
wait. There's like high rollers for telemarketing.
Yeah. So
they're like stockbrokers.
Well, not stockbrokers, but
hey man, I got this fucking great thing. It only costs $1,000 a share, and I can sell you 1,000 of them for super cheap.
Well, they're more like that guy in Wolf of Wall Street sort of thing. Like they can just sell anything, right?
Well, yeah, no,
they can
that's why I made that connection.
Okay.
Like in my brain, that's why I made the connection. It's like, yeah, Wolf of Wall Street type shit, where it's like literally these guys are just so good at selling, they can sell shit to garbage men. And
yes,
buy
exactly.
It, you know?
Yeah. And so like
that's like, I think that was something from the movie, or like shit. You can sell bullshit to garbage men, and like you get away with it.
I've heard stuff.
Yeah.
Like tons of
anyways,
things. Yeah.
anyways.
But like so like he's a telemarketer, and that's his goal. He wants to be a
for sure
a high roller or a big baller.
Who
whatever they call them. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so like that's part of the metaphor in the movie. And so like he starts kind of like throwing away his friends and his family, and then he becomes that he gets in that position, then he sees how it affects his life, and like this isn't spoiling it, but like that's just where the story goes, and then it takes a wild fucking turn, and you're like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? Like, are you serious? Like it really takes a good left turn like 3/4 of the way through the movie. Okay. It's so
without
good.
Spoiling it takes a major left turn.
Oh, huge left turn. Seriously, like it's not like I guess you could say M. Night Shyamalan, because it's just out of the blue, man. Like, there's no reason for where the movie to go for it to go there, and it just fucking happens. It's so good.
The old Shyamalan twist.
Shyamalan. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, it's such a good movie. It's rated R. It's about 100 minutes long. Well, it is 100 minutes long. Came out 2018.
So what? An hour 40? Yeah. I can do math.
That sounds about right.
I can do basic math.
That's a good
an hour
movie.
40.
Yeah. Well, I guess now I gotta read it. I don't know how to do a comedy. Well, it's not even just like it's a wildly original comedy.
Wildly original, not just like not outrageously.
It's wildly not. I don't even remember the spectrum of original.
That's okay. We'll
Originality.
just move on.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. We've been lingering around wildly original.
It's taking us almost 20 minutes to get to it.
It's becoming wildly unoriginal at this point. All right.
Kind of like the idea of a podcast.
Yeah. Where's this going? Nowhere.
Anyways.
All right.
Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Anyways.
All right. Let's me.
You got it.
I always gotta do it.
Okay, so
do we have to explain it?
What genre would you put this movie in, so I know what kind of announcer voice to do?
Well, that's where I'm having troubles like coming up with the voice, because it's comedy, but it's like
a comedy thriller.
Yeah, almost like
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Here we go.
I get what you're saying.
All right. I'm just like fucking stalling over here because I still can't come up with a voice.
Let's do it. You got it.
Expect the unexpected in hip-hop artist Boots Riley's directorial and screenwriting debut, Sorry to Bother You. An outrageously surreal look at capitalism, corporate greed, and fractured workplace dynamics. In an alternate present-day version of Oakland, California, struggling telemarketers Cassius Green, played by Lakeith Stanfield, discovers a magical key to professional success which propels him to a macabre universe. Not too shabby after I got it going.
No, man, not bad at all.
It was hard to just...
It's weird that they put the font in like this weird kind of warped aspect. It looks like it looks like it's supposed to be spray painted on a wall like the rest of the murals.
It's like Microsoft Word art.
It's like stills of the movie made to look like graffiti, and then like the text is just like sprawled out like it's on the building, but it doesn't look like graffiti.
You might as well just taken a shotgun blast to the case and written the story.
All right. So I'm gonna read this. So it's like kind of like a fun movie, but kind of serious. So fun but serious. I'll do my best right here. Expect the unexpected in hip-hop artist Boots Riley's directorial and screenwriting debut. Wow, I fucked that up.
Directorial is a hard word to say.
Directorial.
It just pops up on you.
I heard you say it, and I knew what the hell I needed to say.
Yeah.
Sorry to bother you. An outrageously surreal look at capitalism, corporate greed, and fractured workplace dynamics in an alternate present-day version of Oakland, California. Struggling telemarketer Cassius Green, Lakeith Stanfield, discovers a magical key to professional success, which propels him into a macabre universe. I'm pretty sure that R is silent. I'm not 100%.
I don't know how to say that word.
Macabre. Macabre. Like, I don't know.
I've heard it before.
It seems like a French word. I mean, I don't know with French. I barely understand
What's the
English.
deal with silent letters? It's a bunch of bullshit.
I mean, it's the same in French and English.
I put it in there.
Well, it's whatever. Sorry to bother you. It sounds like a good movie. I gotta check it out.
It is. It's a really funny movie. But yeah. So check it out, guys. Sorry to bother you.
Yeah.
Destiny is calling. In my own words.
What is it?
In my own words, read off the case.
Brilliant and outrageous. So
there's one more on the back.
It's outrageous. Or wait, what was it? Something wild.
Wildly original.
Wildly original.
And there's one more on the back.
I fucked it up, but I was
hilarious,
like, it's outrageous and brilliant.
This one's even better. Hilarious, moving, crazy, and ambitious.
Oh shit, moving? You didn't mention moving.
I did leave that out.
Did you feel moved watching it?
I think I moved to the other side of the living room when I watched it.
It was too much. You're like, Jesus Christ.
It's too moving. We gotta pick this up.
Well, anyways, I mean, so last week it felt nice having kind of like a list type deal, stuff to just go over.
Yeah.
And like rant about for a minute, kill some time, and it felt it gave us more direction. So I kind of wanted to keep that going. I found another list for this week, and it is called 50 Ridiculous Facts That You Didn't Know Were True.
I like facts.
It sounds kind of like the statistics thing, except it's not statistics. It's straight up facts.
Facts.
Hard,
I mean,
proven data.
Statistics are numbers, and while facts are just like...
Yeah, well, you see, statistics
like
can be manipulated based on
caps.
what you measure and how you measure it. So statistics can actually be manipulated very easily. And so this is a fact. I'm sure this is a fact based on a statistic. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, but I think it's kind of different. They seem a lot shorter, and there's not real much more explanation.
Everything that's in this article was taken off of a stone where everything was literally written in stone.
Etched by the god
This
himself.
will never change in humankind's era.
So this is 50 ridiculous facts you didn't know were true.
And what if I do know any of them?
Then
it reduces the list down to like 49, 40.
This is from the activetimes.com. So, number 1, a single sneeze travels 100 miles per hour and shoots 100,000 germs into the air.
That's ridiculous. How fast?
100 miles per hour.
Every sneeze?
Every sneeze.
Every sneeze?
A
Really?
single sneeze.
A single sneeze.
So meaning just one sneeze you have. Maybe it's exponential. Maybe when you have that second and third sneeze, maybe it's getting faster. Maybe the first one's 100.
They
and
increase
the next one is 1,000.
exponentially.
Or then the next one would be 100,000.
Pretty soon you have like a just flaming trail coming out of your nose
10,000.
every time you
God damn
sneeze. It looks like the DeLorean from Back to the Future is going back in time.
Where we're going, we don't need sneezes. Yeah. But yeah, 100 miles per hour and shoots 100,000 germs into the air.
That's a lot of 100,000 germs. But you know what? I also read that in like a dirty mouth or like an average mouth, there can be up to like 100,000 germs on a single tooth. So it's not really.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's not really that big of a deal that you're sneezing out 100,000 germs. That's actually a very small.
I mean,
amount.
don't get me wrong. If you have a shit immune system, like
well,
that's
yeah.
concerning,
If you're a bubble boy, you probably want to avoid every sneeze out there.
Yep. A total of 10
movie.
germs is enough to kill you.
Yeah, a total of 10. Yeah.
When you're a bubble boy, you have to literally live in a fucking bubble.
Like, have you ever seen that movie?
Of course I've seen
Oh
that
my
movie. Fucking
God,
Jake
thank
Gyllenhaal
you.
before he was popular.
Yes,
Dude.
so good.
Isn't Smash Mouth in it?
I think so. Yeah, at
Just
some point.
like Rat Race. They're
That's a good movie too.
I think it's Smash Mouth. It's another band that was popular in like the late 90s.
I know what you're saying though. There's some sort
Bubble
of.
Boy was a funny movie.
It was
though.
a great movie. Anyways,
yeah.
what's next on this list, homie?
So there's a few more. I mean, there's.
Well, there's 49 more.
There's 50 of them.
You're not gonna go through all of them, hey?
No, because last time I looked at that list and I was like, "There's no way that we'll get through all fucking 50 of these."
They'll turn into a really boring podcast.
It would be too long.
Fuck.
It would be too long.
That's
so the next one, which is number 3, because number 2 doesn't look all that interesting. But number 3 is the human body contains enough fat to make 7 bars of soap. Yeah. Reminds me of Fight Club when they're stealing the fucking bags of liposuction.
That too. It also reminds me of health class, because in my health class there was a jar up on the shelf and it was a representation of what a pound of fat looks like, and it was just like this mold like of rubber or whatever it was made out of silicone. And you know, a pound of fat is actually quite a bit when you actually look at it. So it's a lot more than you realize. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
But seven bars of soap. When I die, make me into 7 bars of soap. Yeah. I want my family to clean themselves with me.
If you're listening, that's how you can do it. You can just take my body and do that shit.
Make Zach into soap.
Oh man,
he's gonna come in a little box under this tree during the holidays.
I feel like soap names always either have really simple names or really complicated names.
And this one's just gonna
Dove.
say Zach.
But the H will actually be a Q
to throw people off.
Zach.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Make
fucking
it look French.
Yeah, and special,
Make it look French.
Yeah, exactly.
And special, mainly special.
That's what we'll do that with you.
Yeah, cool. I hope.
Duly
so.
noted. Zach wants to be made into soap too.
I want to be cremated. But anyways, aside from all the morbidity of me wanting to be cremated, humans are capable of echolocation, just like a bat or a whale.
That's interesting. I mean, I guess because blind people, they always say
that was exactly my thing.
Lose one sense, gain another sort of thing. But it's not like they gain another. It's just that it intensifies another sense.
Yeah. When your brain isn't focused on one sense.
And that makes sense because, like,
I mean, that would make sense to me.
I've definitely been walking down the street and, like, heard cars passing and having that sound just, like, bounce off a wall. And let's just say there's, like, 2 walls at different depths away from me, essentially. Like, you can hear the change in tone. And you can clearly tell that it's, like, okay, there's a surface really close and this surface is a little bit further away. So that's really cool, though, to think that we are capable of echolocation.
Sure.
Just we don't think about it and really apply ourselves to it. Oh my god, it comes full circle. Apply yourself. Anyways, yeah.
Fucking apply yourself.
Apply yourself.
I need to apply myself more. I'm going to apply myself now by having
this whiskey?
some more of this whiskey.
It's pretty good. I kind of want to pour some more. Did you want some more if I pour some more?
I'm okay. I have some beers actually that I need to get into.
I kind of went through mine a little bit. I don't need to go anywhere tonight, so I'm going to pour myself a little bit more.
Yeah. So the next one is it is impossible to hum while holding your nose. And then it literally says, go ahead, try it.
I guess, is that humming?
To me, I mean, that sounds like you're humming, because like a hum is like a... I mean, I can hear you. Here, hum without it, and then plug your nose. I mean, you
Like-
can hum. It's just muted, like when you put
I
a
have to-
fucking cork in a trumpet, you know?
Does humming include having to seal your mouth completely shut? Because as long as I let my cheek or my lip
'cause
open
You're
completely.
supposed to be able to hum with your mouth completely closed.
Okay, so it's just okay. So,
So-
you can only go until I'm gonna suck in my cheeks a little bit, and then I'll start.
Yeah.
So I can
Kind
do
of.
it.
Kind of.
It's just
Yeah,
like-
yeah, okay. That's interesting. 'Cause I can do like So that's the X-Files theme song. If you didn't know.
Okay.
And then I'll try it with my nose plugged.
See,
I ran out of-
your
I
mouth
ran out
fills
of
up with
breath.
air, and you
Oh
can't.
man,
yeah.
I ran
I mean, you
out.
can only do it for a little bit, but it is
Yeah,
possible.
I guess you cannot hum with your fucking nose plugged.
You can. We broke that fact. That one used to be chiseled out of stone.
yeah. So this one's kind of weird.
I like weird. Let's go with it.
Newborn babies can't drown because their windpipes close in response to being submerged.
How new?
However,
Okay.
that reflex disappears at 6 months. But we do not recommend testing this odd fact.
Well, there goes the second thing I was gonna say.
So, okay, a newborn baby cannot drown because their windpipes close in response to being submerged. But at 6 months, they lose it. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
So a baby's.
Well, I
pretty
mean,
much-
they're basically drowning the whole time they're in the womb.
Yeah.
Once
Well, I
they're
get
fully
it.
developed. I mean,
They're essentially like amphibian for 6 months.
amphibians, man. I mean, hey, we're descended somehow from them. It's all good.
Well, that's interesting though.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
for 6 months, that's a long time. I love that
Long
they.
fucking time.
I'm so glad that they made the side note. However, we do not.
Do not try this shit because we know you guys are stupid and
Yeah.
might try to drown your
Dude.
fucking baby.
Well, I on another podcast, I heard about some stupid shit that went on, and it was some person who left their kid in the car, and it was a hot day, and
Come on.
yeah,
man.
window up and everything, like a newborn baby sort of kid, and the person went in the store to go do some shopping or something like that, and then like people called the police, and the police showed up, and when the officers asked like whose car it is, essentially like they couldn't break it because they couldn't break the window because it's property and they can't destroy property essentially. And so the police couldn't actually break into the window, and the father said, I think it's the father said, oh, the air conditioning's on, and it wasn't actually on. Well, by the time they actually got the door open, the kid was like dead already for like 30 minutes or something like that, because the dad didn't want to pay for the fee for the window getting busted open, essentially, too. It was some
fucking
fucking
kidding me?
stupid shit like that. It was incredible.
That's just like frustrating.
It is,
That
man.
just
People are
makes me mad,
super
dude.
stupid out there,
That just
man.
makes me mad. I
That
don't even wanna
movie
keep talking
Idiocracy,
about this
I know.
fucking subject. Honestly,
That Idiocracy
Jesus
movie is
Christ.
becoming true. Let's
been
move on.
becoming
On this.
true for a bit. I
I
mean,
don't know. Let's move
but
on.
even more now.
Let's move on. This. We need to get off
Yeah,
of
we'll
this
move
shit.
on. So, anyways, another fact
Yeah.
you never knew. Maybe you did know this. If you're in the medical field, you'd probably know this. Your stomach acid is strong enough to dissolve metal.
What?
Yeah,
I never knew
your
that.
stomach acid. But not to say you could like have like a fucking cup of it and like throw it on like a steel beam and it'll just be like
No,
and fucking melt away.
No,
but, like,
it's not
no, it can
alien
dissolve-
blood.
Yeah, right. It's not the movie Alien with Sigourney Weaver, which is a fucking
a
great
great
movie.
movie.
It's not that.
So
but it's-
good.
No,
But,
our stomach acid is actually strong enough that it can dissolve metal.
But how quickly? I guess that doesn't.
It doesn't
it's
say.
not included. Because
That's the thing, it
in the
doesn't get
Ripley's
into it.
Believe It or Not or whatever it was, or
Ripley's, believe it or not.
or even Guinness Book of World
I used
Records.
to love that shit.
Some guy he used to eat a bunch of random shit. Like he ate all the parts of a plane, of a propeller plane, a single propeller plane. Like he ate an entire propeller plane.
Wait. He ate
His teeth.
every single part.
Yeah. I'm not making this shit up. He ate other
How
shit
do you
too.
eat a wing?
I don't know, dude. His teeth. I don't know if they were real teeth. I don't remember that part. But like, man, I wish we had a third person here to just like look up on a laptop of this shit up.
Hey
as we're
Jamie,
talking
look
about.
that shit up.
Exactly. But like seriously, it was Ripley's Believe It or Not. There's some like I was like, no fucking way. But this guy apparently existed. It was like the 30s, like the early 30s or some shit like that. Way back when human beings were capable of incredible shit. Yeah, exactly. But like this guy, he had like these filed down looking, just cringeworthy looking teeth sort of thing, and he would just gnaw on metal, and he would just like he would shred metal with his teeth, and he would actually eat this shit. He would eat nuts and bolts, and he would eat. I don't know if like
Jesus
maybe
Christ.
he had to have cut it down to size or like taken apart. I don't know if he like tore everything up with his teeth, but like this, I believe this guy fucking existed in like way back in the day, sort of thing. But it's fucking
way
crazy.
back in the day, like 100 years ago,
something like that. But like, so it's
weird.
interesting to hear that the stomach can actually or break that stuff down, because like when I heard that story, I was like, how does the stomach handle the stuff, like these nuts and bolts that he's consuming? Like, you're telling me those aren't tearing up his fucking ass when he's taking a dump in the morning, sort of thing?
No, because apparently your stomach acid dissolves it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Maybe not completely, but to a degree where it's apparently it's not killing him.
He can pass it. Yeah, well, like, I'm not saying he did it in a day or anything like that, but it was one of his accomplishments that he did was eat an entire propeller plane. I'm pretty sure.
That's a hell of an accomplishment. I bet he's the only person on the face of the planet, though.
Ripley's, believe it or not, motherfucker.
I don't know if I believe it. That's the whole thing.
Well, that's the point of the show, man. Like, it's some crazy stuff on there. Like, there's this guy that got struck by a pole. I don't remember what happened in this story, but the guy had a pole go through his armpit, up through his neck, and it protruded out like the top of his head or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
And like he came out of this, like they got the bar out, it was some rebar or something like that. They removed it, and the guy made a full recovery or something like that. But just wild stuff has happened. It's crazy. Anyways, continue on with this list. This is
there's plenty. The next one I thought that was interesting was wild dolphins call each other by name.
What?
Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing, bud? Oh, you know, I was like, and they totally just like fucking sucked my.
That's hilarious.
I don't know,
dude. Back in the day with the Dreamcast.
The Sega Dreamcast? Or
the Sega Dreamcast, the console.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have it. My buddy had it, and that was such a cool console. But there was this game called Echo the Dolphin, and you literally just
Echo!
Yeah. You literally just swam around as a dolphin, and you had like kind of abilities and stuff like that. And I don't know, it was a really cool game, but that's so funny that they call each other out by name and shit like that.
Like, just imagine, like, I wonder what their names sound like. Be like, hey, Jeff.
Yeah, dude, that's so cool. That's so cool to think.
Hey, what's up, dude?
What are dolphins' names?
How you doing, Art? What kind of a stupid name is?
Do you think they have nicknames too? Like,
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering, man. Now
dolphins are so smart, dude.
My brain went on a whole tangent thinking about that shit.
That's so cool. I don't know why, but it makes me think of that scene from Dude, Where's My Car, where Sean William Scott is watching the National Geographic and watching the chimpanzees pick at stuff with sticks, and he's just like watching it, just this total stoner watching a bunch of chimpanzees do some shit, and he's learning from it too. It's so fucking hilarious. Anyway, what's next on that list? We're not gonna do this the whole time. I mean,
but the next one I saw that I think pertains to both of us is a dog's sense of smell is so good it can detect a teaspoon of sugar in 1,000,000 gallons of water.
What?
Or 2 Olympic-sized pools. And that's like standard dog, not including the hounds that have the heightened sense of smell where it's actually 20 times higher.
That's so crazy.
Because my dog is a hound mix, and I can tell his sense of smell is just like insane.
That's so crazy.
He'll smell something that was on the floor a year ago.
Yeah. That's so crazy, though, to think that the dog's sense of... Like, okay, so...
I believe it, though.
Totally.
I completely believe
with this guy here, Baloo... I'm pointing at Baloo on the floor.
Yeah, I saw it.
With this guy here, over the last fall, I was out for a walk with him, and at some point in the middle of the walk, I was the furthest out from, let's say, just other people, essentially. Like, I was more out in the woods.
Yeah.
And
I know what you mean.
all of a sudden, both of the dogs actually put their nose down to the ground. But Baloo, he started just like sniffing, like he started walking really quick all around, just like zigzagging, and then started barking for no reason, and like in multiple directions. He just kept barking and barking, right? And he was following onto something, so I just let him go, right? I didn't think about what it could be. We ended up getting back closer to the parking lot, and there's a little bridge there. And funny enough, we see this guy when we show up at a certain time of day at like 5 or 6 p.m. We see this guy often, and he happened to be there, and he just gave us a heads up. He's like, "Hey, my dog just chased a black bear into the woods back there. I just want to let you know." And we're like, that's why Baloo was going nuts, dude.
We were talking about
like,
bears last time, dude. I mean,
no, we were, yeah. So like that guy's dog was this young, pretty looking pit bull, and apparently she chased the bear off into the woods and then came back to the guy, and he was letting us know. But like that was, he said like half an hour ago. So from the time we seen him, that was probably like 15 minutes before we showed up.
Dang, I hope his dog was okay.
Oh yeah, the dog was totally fine.
Good.
The dog chased the bear away. The bear didn't
chased
even,
it away. I thought you meant that he said the dog chased him off into the woods.
Oh,
like,
well, he did. That's what the
So,
guy said.
okay.
No, he said the dog chased him off into the woods, and then the dog came back. The dog was fine, but yeah, I was like, shit. That's Baloo just picked up on that instantly. It was insane to see how like, and it was like 15 minutes prior or maybe more. I don't know, but just really insane, man. Dog senses of smell. They're one of the highest compared to bears or something like that, isn't it?
Like a vole, yeah.
Bears and voles.
Like voles are blind. So.
They're like the moles almost, aren't they? Like the ground digging things.
Imagine, they have a little like starfish mouth.
Yeah, that's the ones I'm thinking of. Yeah.
And no eyes.
Yeah.
We actually had a couple in my house last year, and yeah, yep.
As pets?
Yeah. No, they were. It was an infestation.
In your house?
Yeah, we kept getting rid of them, and they kept coming back.
No shit. You kept seeing the starfish moles in your house?
A vole.
A vole, right?
It's a vole. It's not the starfish mole,
Oh.
but they have this similar mouth. It's not as like crazy,
Really?
but they
Dude, I never heard of that up here. No shit.
yeah, we got voles up here.
No kidding.
Yeah, they're blind. Yeah.
I think I know.
They don't have eyes. They just have a really long, skinny mouth.
And it's kind of like
We
this.
kept catching them in shoe boxes and then like driving like over a mile away because you need to do that and letting them free. But they kept. We're pretty sure that a couple got into like our like crawl space area and then just bred.
Damn.
Because we had a bunch. We had at least 7 to 8 interactions with these.
Dang.
things, and they kept coming back no matter what we did.
Yeah.
And so.
Never heard of those things up here. Never heard of people talking about seeing them or anything.
VOLE.
Yeah.
A vole. Yeah, they're pretty crap.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I hear what you're saying.
I was gonna say wild, and then I was gonna say crazy.
They're
pretty
wildly original.
They're pretty wild. No, they're pretty wild and crazy. So, the next one is the apple you buy in the grocery store could be over a year old.
With like all the protective like pesticide stuff and all that. Like,
See, it doesn't say, but I would imagine because of that, but also because they pick it when it's so early that it's not fully ripened yet. Because certain plants and fruit even will they release this hormone, it's like pheromone that signals to other plants to start, ripening, and so. That's like the whole like bad banana thing. Oh, you got one bad banana in the bunch. Like they're all gonna go bad because it's like that banana is literally releasing the fucking pheromones
for the other
to
ones
signal
to
to the other ones like, hey, it's time to fucking ripen, and then it can happen so fast, like exponentially.
I've never heard of this.
And so so I'm assuming it's because of the preservatives that they spray on it, but it's also because
waxy shit.
They like send out that fucking I don't remember what it's called. It's not actin. It's something similar to that. It might be actin. I could be totally fucking
whatever.
wrong.
It sends off like a
but
hormone.
it sends out a pheromone, and then it's kind of like when grass gets cut.
Oh, that
It sends
smell?
out a pheromone, so you know that fresh grass.
Yeah, what smell is that?
Freshly cut grass smell.
Yeah.
What that is the grass releasing a pheromone, signaling to all the other grass, like, "Oh my God, we've been damaged. Please fucking help us."
Really?
It's essentially the grass crying out for help.
Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad.
I mean, it is, but it smells.
Well, because like
it smells great.
It does. I love the smell of fresh cut grass,
And
which is
it regrows. It's just like it's just a chemical response to them being damaged, and then that's supposed to signal to all the other grass, like, "Hey, prepare for fucking impact.
Yeah.
Prepare to be damaged."
Do they stiffen up? Like
It might.
Hit me.
You know, it might. I don't know too much about grass biology.
Do you think grass, as soon as it hears the lawnmower start up, is like, oh shit?
It might. What was that Mark Wahlberg movie?
The Happening. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah, I
about.
saw that in theaters. I was kind of disappointed
It was,
when they
a boring
revealed
movie.
What it was.
Yeah.
Like, it was
weird.
It was interesting until they were just like, "Oh, it's the plants releasing pheromones." I'm like, dude, fuck this movie. Are you
Yeah,
kidding?
that was a strange movie.
All right. So, let's see.
Where are we at with time, by the way?
Oh, dude, we're only like 45 in. Like,
That's not
we
too
got time.
shabby. That's
Yeah.
not too shabby.
So, most wasabi paste you get in sushi restaurants isn't wasabi at all. It's actually horseradish. Horseradish. God damn it.
Horseradish.
Horseradish. Horseradish.
It's actually, dude, that makes sense because all the store bought stuff my girlfriend ever gets is so damn tasteless. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I always tell her, even the stuff when we go out to eat or something like that, I tell her don't get the guacamole unless we know it's good, sort of thing. But I tell her don't get the guacamole. It's a waste of money. Just make your own. Your own tastes better every single time.
Oh my God.
It's so
Definitely.
easy to make too. My
Yeah.
God, when I see her make it, you just cut around the peel, then you cut it, pop it in half. You get the seed out of there, and then you get all the green out there, and then you just mush it. That's it. It's so quick and simple.
Well, you're supposed to add some stuff.
Well, I
Some
mean, yeah,
spices and,
obviously
like,
you season it to
minced
taste.
shit. I mean, yeah, but I know you're
Yeah.
saying.
Maybe we could just cut this out. But
I was thinking we probably
yeah,
would.
yeah. All right.
Stony Baloney drinking scotch.
Yeah.
Well, not scotch, whiskey. My bad.
This is bourbon ball.
Completely different than scotch. Fucking whip me. I deserve to be pelted in the streets.
With a cat of nine tails.
Oh, a cat of 12 tails. Fuck the 9. Give me 12.
Oh my god. Yeah. All right. What's the next on that list? Big baller.
So the next one is whoa. This is fucking weird. Even reading it, I'm not believing it. Ancient Romans used to use urine to whiten their teeth.
Wow. Wow.
That's insane.
Where do you think the logic was with that one? They're like peeing on stuff like on grass and like, oh, it's making it white, like it's killing the grass, and they're like, let's pee on our teeth. Do you think
maybe it's the chemical reaction that kills the grit on your teeth?
maybe
Because it'll like, well, so
no
what, urine is mostly
pneumonia?
yeah,
Or ammonia? Ammonia.
Yeah, ammonia. So, well, once piss is settled, it turns into ammonia. And
Right,
for sure.
right.
Like, it can turn into ammonia. I mean, it's a major component. And so, yeah, when a dog pees on grass long enough, it's green, but when they pee on it long enough, it turns yellow.
Right.
They're depleting that whole area of ammonia, and it's like sucking it out. So maybe ammonia makes our teeth whiter. But it could be something. I think it could also be something about the diet that they had, because urine is essentially all your like liquid waste being depleted, and
all the
so like
toxins and
the
stuff.
darker it is, the more like bullshit you have in your body. So that's why it's important to drink a lot of water, so your body can filter and digest and go through all the processes it needs to most to get all that shit out. So like if you're not drinking water at all, your piss is like dark yellow.
Yeah.
And so maybe with them it's like maybe I'm just totally fucking shooting the shit and hypothesizing.
Yeah.
Maybe their diet influenced that to where it's like it was the right level of whatever. And you can assume they were all drinking the right amount of water or whatever.
Oh my god!
That it actually did whiten their teeth. I don't know. I was just talking about ammonia possibly like fucking
like how it could.
On there.
All right, and I get. Here's my question.
I was ranting for a good 5 minutes.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Where I was thinking was like, now this is a fact. They said Romans thought that urine whitens their teeth, right?
They used it
to whiten their teeth. So this isn't disproving that urine does whiten teeth. So there's nothing really wrong with it, is it? Like it's fucking way back in the day of Roman time.
It more before you just start brushing your teeth.
Oh, I totally wouldn't do it. But could you imagine those Greeks just like swashing, like just like fucking washing their mouth out with just like urine, like. My God, I can't do 30 seconds, you know?
A jug and it's like Listerine.
Oh my God, could you imagine then just peeing in the jug and then right away lifting that jug to wash their mouth out?
I would hope it would at least sit for a day.
Oh my God, it's so gross.
Oh my
so gross. Well, I did hear that like back in the day, like medieval times sort of thing, what people would do to clean their teeth is that they would chew on sticks and stuff like that, like green sticks and stuff like that, that would like sply apart.
Dogs chewing on that kind of stuff is actually good for their teeth too.
So people would do that sort of thing back in the day too, which is interesting. Like it's interesting to think that even back in the day where they didn't have proper science or the ability to research shit, they could still come up with their own reasonings and logic. And I mean, to say it didn't work would be completely ridiculous, because apparently it did work, and like they still figured shit out back then. That's so
well that reminds me of like things like this is something I say frequently to my friends. Like I bring up like, dude, like how did we know which like fucking berries and shit were poisonous? It's
right?
Like somebody literally just ate it and then they fucking like, oh yeah, I don't feel so good, and then they just die.
Well, see that here,
and like, you know, you have other people like, oh shit, okay, so that berry killed him. Like I'm gonna try a little bit and see what happens. Like, oh, I don't feel good, but I'm still alive. So okay, we can have a little bit of this. But too much will kill us. It's just like I've brought this up so much with my friends.
I wonder though if they just tested that shit out on subjects rather than themselves.
No, it was literally just people, hunter and gatherer style
trial and error.
You eat some berries and you're like, oh my God, I don't feel good, and then somebody ate too many and then they died.
Crazy,
you know, that kind of stuff.
And they just got passed down through the generations, essentially.
For sure,
that's insane to think that's.
Yeah. Wow. And that's why we know certain plants are fucking poisonous and some aren't, because at some point somebody tried to consume it in any way.
Yeah.
And then somebody was like, oh shit, that person got really sick. Like, no. Or like straight up, that person died.
Dude,
like, that makes me away from that.
That makes me think of this. Like, you know, hippos are dangerous, right? And we all know we all know hippos are dangerous.
You in 2 seconds.
Imagine back in the day when we didn't know hippos were dangerous. And
holy shit! Look at that giant thing.
Let's try and eat it.
I'm gonna look at it.
You think I can pet it? It's really big. It's probably slow. Oh, it's so crazy to think, dude. Like before people knew shit, like what, like bears. Oh, he's fluffy.
He looks kind of cute. I wonder if he would let me pet him. Oh my God, he ripped my arm off. Stay away from those fuckers. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. Before people knew. It's so funny.
Oh man. Well, that's the whole thing. It's like somebody had to try it at some point and be like, hey, just
no,
no, stay away
not a good
from
idea.
That.
Not a good idea. Man.
All right, so this next one. The Food and Drug Administration has a handbook detailing the levels of insect fragments or other icky-sounding contaminants that are safe for humans to consume in specific foods.
Wait. You gotta rewind that up.
What do you want me to reread? I can just explain what it is. I mean, there's a level of
animal insect parts.
Insect fragments or other things in that essence that they allow into food
because
for us to eat because it happens to be safe to consume.
And it happens. I mean,
yeah, it happens, but
that's so
weird. They have a level of like, oh, it's okay. Like, there's a certain...
Well, just 3 flies.
I don't know.
You're good.
I don't know how accurate this is, but I remember years ago somebody was like, oh, yeah, there's a certain level of rat feces that's allowed to be in blah, blah, blah.
What the fuck?
You know, and the FDA will approve it. You know, it has to be a certain level. It's like, oh, like 1%. Might be that.
Oh my god!
And it's okay because it's safe to consume. That's why you don't trust the fucking FDA.
Dude, that's why you don't trust anybody, man.
Oh, I already have trust issues. Goddamn FDA.
They approve so much that goes into food that's not even approved over in like the West, whatever the East, like over in the European states or whatever the European countries and shit like that. Like a lot of ingredients and stuff are. A lot of ingredients that we use are not allowed in the production of their consumables and stuff like that because they cause harm in some sort of way. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah, it is.
And here we are, living here because of the American dream, because we can do this stupid shit.
Oh, hey man, we're fortunate enough.
I know. I'm not. No, I know.
I know.
Country sucks.
I didn't think that's what you were saying.
No,
I'm just saying like,
dude,
that's literally the kind of lifestyle we can have, which is amazing.
It's crazy. Like, we can do what we want here. There's so many places that don't get to do what they want. I will, however, say I would like to retire to Germany. Like, I got half my family over there.
Say, if you have that family tie there too, I can totally see
such a beautiful place.
I can totally see why you would want to, and I can totally see why it'd be more viable too, because you've actually been able to go there and just.
But you know what I would miss?
And be there, and
I would miss Lake Superior, man. These Great Lakes surrounding us.
I love it, man.
They're just so great. Yeah.
Even when it's frozen, I look at it and just
it's amazing.
I swoon over fucking Lake Superior.
I do, man.
Insane.
I was just out there today, just sitting on the beach, and it was really nice. Like the waves were just gently rolling. Overall, when you stared out, it looked rather still, sort of, and the sky is just blue. You know, it just cleared up. The sun was out, and it wasn't too cool out.
It was a beautiful day.
It turned out to be
really
beautiful.
Lucky.
It was nice, and so I was just staring out, man. I was like, man, this place is just amazing. Like Lake Superior really is just a really cool thing, but. Don't come up here. Don't come up here.
Do not come here. Fuck you if you can. I'm just kidding. You can come here. Just don't expect to live here. Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
You can come in tourist season when everyone else is here.
But don't stay. Yeah.
All right. So this next one I was kind of chuckling at a minute ago. Not that I wasn't listening to what you were saying. I just
bullshit.
I'm just joking. It just I was listening to what you were saying, and I read something, and so there was a brief second where I was just like, I had to like stop myself, and then my brain just skipped a beat, and then I understood what you were talking about. But so you're not gonna believe this. Like, I don't think.
Maybe I will.
You probably will. But it's so funny.
Oh my god!
Cheese is the most shoplifted food in the world.
I fucking love cheese.
Oh my god, dude, cheese is so good.
Now that you said, I want to get cheese and crackers. That sounds so good.
Dude, you like a good charcuterie?
What?
You ever had charcuterie?
Is that a cheese?
Well, it's like you have like a bunch of crackers out. You got like cheeses. You got like jam. You got like peppers and like veggies and stuff like that, and like. Little like summer sausage, like, you know, and then you make like a little like cracker, like
I've had something like that, not with like peppers, but that's very similar.
Let me tell you about this. My friend turned me on to this. It's amazing. You get something like a wheat cracker, like a Triscuit cracker or whatever. It doesn't have to be name brand, you know, just that kind of cracker.
Name brand.
That like
those
wheat,
are the only crackers
that wheat grain cracker, just some sort of wheat cracker, right? You put a little bit of raspberry jam on it, right? You top it with a nice white cheese, like a Havarti or a fucking whatever, some sort of really nice white cheese.
Yeah.
Like, you put that on top of the jam. You put a slice of a jalapeno pepper, and then maybe like a red or an orange like slice of pepper on it.
Yeah.
And you eat it.
That sounds so good,
dude. It is
so good,
delicious. You get the cheese, you get the sweetness from the jam.
Oh my
you get
god,
the jalapeno spice. Like, you get the nice sweetness from whatever other pepper you use. That's not like a hot pepper. like some sort of bell pepper, you know.
Yeah, right.
But like you get
Orange
that on
or the
there.
yellow.
Oh, man,
That sounds so good.
It is so tasty. You can eat like 7 of those and feel like you had a meal. It is amazing, man.
Sounds so
charcuterie.
good.
That's the shit. And then sometimes you get some like nice meats on there, like a slice of summer sausage or some pepperoni or something.
Well, I've had
like
plenty of
a fresh pepperoni slice, not just like slices from the bag.
Right,
so
right.
You get like a fucking log of pepperoni
And then
you
slice
cut
it
some
yourself.
Slices
Yeah. Well, they have stuff like
Oh,
that.
man,
They have
dude.
stuff like that in Europe. Like it's, I wouldn't say it's just that stuff laid out, but they'll have all those things laid out. And
Well,
like,
no, that's what I'm saying. It's like you can do whatever you want. It's just
reminds
like
me of a-
crackers with like toppings. It's like tapenade kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and
It's kind of like that. It's like you can have anything. You can have some sort of like a
I
dip
like
that
it.
you can spread on top of the cracker.
I
and then you
like
put
it.
a
It
piece
sounds
of
so
meat,
good.
Or like,
the
oh, I'm gonna
jam,
put
the jam
this
and
pepper
jalapeno
jam. Oh,
and cheese mix.
I'll write it
sounds so
down
good.
for you, man. That
Oh,
is
it's
so good.
logged away, but that sounds really like
It's
I've
delicious.
had cheese crackers and sausage plenty of times, but
Sure.
I never thought about adding jam and
Dude, the jam
jalapeno
sounded
and
so weird
peppers
to me
it.
the first time I
It
heard
doesn't
about
sound
it.
weird to me.
I was like, wait, jam with cheese and jalapeno? I was like, that
Dude.
sounds kind of weird, but then I had it.
Check this out.
Oh my
You
god!
want to talk about weird? So,
So
this
good.
is one of my
Nice, like
breakfast.
sharp white cheddar or something, like just a white cheese, like whatever kind of white cheese.
This is one of my breakfast
Mental
sandwiches
note.
that
I'm
I
saying
yeah
that.
no that sounds good. This is one of my breakfast sandwiches that I would make for myself, right? So it would be egg, jam, mustard, lettuce, onion, peanut butter somewhere in there,
Okay.
and probably a couple slices of cheese of some sort, and then I might put a little bit of ketchup on top of that too. But like, people would be like, man, that sounds fucking weird as shit. But all those things combined, it is so delicious. And that's what reminded me of when you're talking about like the jam and the cracker and the cheese and then the jalapeno, like those weird mixtures. It sounds weird, but it's so
It's
fucking delicious.
amazing,
Oh, that
dude.
sounds so good. And I like a good jalapeno.
Yours sounds really good too.
Yeah, yeah, it does. But
Yeah.
man, that sounds what? How do you?
Charcuterie. I think it's
Charcuterie.
French. I don't know. My friends say it, and we say charcuterie and shark. Like we just like shorten it up.
Do you guys do that often or what?
Yeah, honestly,
You got-
more often than we used to.
Man,
like,
next time you
like,
do
if we
charcuterie,
got,
you
like,
should
a
invite
few-
me,
like,
dude.
We
That
got like
sounds
5 or 6 of us hang, like even 4 to 5 of us hanging out.
Yeah, yeah.
And somebody mentions it, like people will bring shit. Like somebody brings crackers, and like someone will
Yeah.
already have the cheese and like some jam, or and like
Now, is it,
like
like-
I'll go pick up a jalapeno pepper.
Is
and,
it
like,
soft cheese, like a cheese spread, or is it like a block of cheese that you guys?
Well, it's like a block,
slice
and then we
yourself?
cut up we
Okay.
cut a bunch of like slivers off of it,
Yeah.
and then like
Yeah, yeah.
we cut enough off that everybody can like have enough. We make them into little tiny square slices to match the cracker, and like oh man, no, I like we have like charcuterie parties, like we're that kind of.
That's
we
awesome.
all bring a bunch of beer, and then like people will bring components for the charcuterie.
That sounds like
It's
such
so
a good
delicious.
time.
It's delicious, man.
Mhm.
It's like a nice party food because like you can honestly really fill up on it. Like,
I would love to.
you
fill
don't
up
realize,
on
but then like both boxes are gone, like all the
Like-
cheese is gone. It's like we all like literally just collectively ate
that. Dude,
a bunch of jam, cheese, and
I picture myself having this plate
Crackers,
and like
like, yeah.
loading up the whole plate with a bunch of different style and like combination of crackers.
Yeah.
Like I would
like
totally do
pre-make
that.
them and then
And then just go sit down and just have like 30
dude.
sandwiches.
But I think I think half the fun is you making it and then sitting there and just like enjoying it,
Yeah.
and then you like sit there for a minute and you're like, I'm gonna make.
I made
another one."
that.
Well, no, but it's like I think also when you have to sit down and actually like sit there and make it in between each one, it gives you more time to like sit and digest, so you're not like
Oh.
eating a shitload at once and
See-
like getting too full, but like you're literally eating. It's like I don't
Dude,
know.
see, I love
If-
food to the
yeah,
point where I'll
man.
just shove my mouth full of food.
Oh,
like,
no,
I eat too much for
I kind of
sure.
gorge myself.
Yeah, I'm bad
Yeah,
about
I
it.
have bad eating habits.
I
I
got
don't
a
have the best ones.
gut.
Like I won't eat for a long time, and then I'll eat like a
Oh.
bunch of like I won't eat for most of the day, and then I'll eat a lot in a short period.
Yeah.
It's kind of like gorging myself.
Well-
But it's not like I'm like I don't. It's not like I go days without eating,
Right.
And then just
And you
eat a
say-
shitload all day. It's like no, I'm
Right.
like throughout the day I'll eat a little bit, but then like I'll sit down and actually have like a big meal,
And I totally
and then
get that.
I'm good.
I
Like,
totally get that because
it's
today
weird.
I had a Nature Valley bar, and then
Dude, those are good, man.
yeah, I had
I like 'em.
I had it
I
like
like
at
granola bars.
7 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever when I went to work, and then I had one actually right before you came here, and I haven't eaten anything else but that. But then my girlfriend's going to be coming off work, and she's getting a couple free meals because what she's doing for the day sort of thing. So, like, I wait all day, and then I'll have a meal at the end of the day. And, like, it's not a whole lot. I'm still probably going to be hungry after that. But in other cases, let's say I'm having like a large meal, like with the families getting together, we will literally fast all day and save ourselves like for that.
Yeah, that's what I definitely do on Thanksgiving. I won't eat at all.
Pounds of food.
I won't eat at all on Thanksgiving, and then I will just eat all I can.
You know what?
That fucking meal.
When it comes to Thanksgiving, I wasn't a big fan of the cranberry sauce and stuff like that when I was younger. But now that I'm older, I've come around. Come around to it.
We would always have like the canned one where it's like slices of like.
It's
weird,
honestly. But it's totally fine. Just mush it up with your spoon and whatnot, and mix it up with everything.
But I liked that it was like the cake. It was like a small like cylindrical cake of like.
So the shape of the can.
And I can just like cut it up with my fork real quick and like eat a bite of it. Like, delicious.
That's hilarious. But dude, one of my mom's friends actually, like 2 Thanksgivings ago, sort of thing, like before COVID, she came over and she brought homemade cranberry sauce. Like picked the cranberries and made the sauce herself.
That sounds great.
It was so good. It was the best cranberry sauce I've ever had, and it's so funny that we took this here.
All right, so I got one more.
Yeah, and actually, I just thought of something adorable my dog did when he was younger, but we'll go over that.
Get into it. It's fine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I just looked over and I seen the shoe on my bed that I placed over there. When I got home from work, I found a shoe on the floor, and I'm thinking like, where's the other shoe? Like, I don't know where the other shoe is, sort of thing. And the thing is, I don't know how the shoe got there, but when Baloo was younger, I witnessed him like passed out behind a couch, just passed out sleeping. All of a sudden he wakes up, gets up, he goes over to the front door, he grabs a shoe, and then he goes down the hallway and drops it in a bedroom, and then he goes back down the hallway and goes right back to where he was sleeping and lays back down and goes back to sleep. and like I witnessed him just like move a shoe, and like after that, I got to thinking, like, man, a couple times I've found just my shoes just spaced weird, like, oddly apart. Like, I don't remember kicking off my shoe in a spot sort of thing. And then after I seen that, I was like, no shit. Baloo has this habit where he goes and moves a shoe in the middle of sleeping, and it is so fucking funny. So I was wondering if maybe he moved that shoe today. Like, he's still...
probably did.
After 13 years, he's still doing that and whatnot. Baloo, you're such a good dog.
All right, so I got one last one before we wrap up this list.
Okay.
Toilet seats are cleaner than your cell phone. Most toilet seats are cleaner than your cell phone.
I believe it because your ass is in your pants all day long. Your hands touching all the surfaces and everything.
Oh man, even the shitty toilet seats and
that's so gross.
People bring their phone into the bathroom. I'm guilty of it.
I am too. It's made my poops like 15 times longer. But think about this. Hey, can I borrow your phone?
No, yeah. I was gonna say why. Yeah, you can, but why?
I
realized you were asking. Fucking rhetorical.
People do that all the time, man, and like it's the dirtiest thing. Yeah, I've washed my phone a couple times because I do know that fact, and like it is ridiculous. It is kind of crazy to think, but man,
just get a fucking alcohol wipe and go over the whole thing,
dude. I heard of some sort of statistic at some point, and I don't remember the number, but it was like surprising to know like how many people and how many people masturbate like in the morning and don't wash their hands before going on with the rest of their day. It was like some high percentage, like oh my god, isn't that crazy?
I mean, I don't know if I don't know if it's a regular thing, but I've definitely been guilty of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't make it regular. I wouldn't say it's regular either, but like
oh man, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but whatever.
Whatever, dude. Apparently you're not the only one. Like the statistic was high, like 60%. I want to say it was like in the high ranges like that, like 60%, 60, 50%. Wow. People masturbate in the morning and don't wash their hands before going on with the rest of their day. So they're touching.
Shower after and that kind of stuff.
Can I borrow your phone? Yeah. I just jacked off, but yeah.
Oh, whatever, dude.
Yeah, whatever. We all do it, right? We're all guilty of it. That's why you probably get a cold sore out of the blue. You probably use somebody's phone. You shouldn't have.
God, dude.
I shouldn't have been tonguing my friend's phone. But yeah.
It just reminds me of something from Always Sunny when they're like, "Oh, I just realized like everybody is just masturbating constantly."
Oh yeah.
We're all ashamed of it, but like we're all doing it. Oh my God, where did this fucking conversation go?
Yeah.
Anyways, it's about that time. I think we should start wrapping up.
We're gonna wrap that up.
Yeah. So, Vinny, what's something good that happened to you today?
Oh man. You know, actually, it was that walk I was talking about earlier, the walk with the dogs.
Yeah, good.
I'll explain it in the next question here, but it was such a release for my day. These two alone, they're the best part of my day today.
They're so cute.
They've been so good to me.
Noodle's just sleeping over there.
Yeah,
she's been sleeping the whole time.
Yeah, they're passed out. I took them out for a good one. But man, that walk with them, like at some point, like they're 13 years old. I know I talked about this, but like they're 13 and man, they're in such good shape for 13. And to see them hiking along the way they did, I was really surprised. Like we were out for a while and at some point I was like, all right, you guys want to get going? And they got all excited to go and stuff like that. I was like, all right, you guys want to go home? And then I communicated with them since they were young like this, so they kind of give me cues when I say shit, like they'll pin their ears back and stuff. So when I was like, you guys want to go home? They pin their ears back, and I was like, oh, you guys want to keep going? And so they took a right on the path, and which led us further down the beach. I was like, no shit, like they're choosing by their own free will. Like we've been out for like 45 minutes already, sort of thing, and they want to go out longer, and so we did. And Blue here, I even like. At some point he stumbled and I kind of caught him, and he catches himself, but I caught him and I was like, dude, are you all right? Are you okay? And I was like, you want to go home? And he just like looks at me and he just like does this
fuck
and
you.
I'm
not
like,
trying to go home,
like
man.
No, I don't want to go. Like he was like this clear sign like, no, I don't want to go. And so I don't know, they're such good dogs, man. The fact that I got to take them on such a long hike and they're still fine. I mean, they're not limp. He's limping a little bit, but whatever.
He's just old.
That's what I needed today, man. It was such a good walk. So that was the best part of my day.
So what did you not like about today?
Man, going into work. So I'm training to be a fill-in supervisor, and I don't think I'm going to stick with it because I just enjoy the other, like my actual craft
I get it.
more.
Yeah.
But man, I got to see the ugly side of supervising today and just getting the attitude and for literally no reason at all. And I'm not backing myself up on this one. There's no need for it. And man, that's why my comment about adults who act like children came up earlier. But I
understand, dude.
It really rubbed me such a wrong way, man. So that was the worst part of my day. I'll leave it at that. But
all right, well, what are you hoping for tomorrow, buddy?
Well, after my experience today, I'm going into work with a different attitude tomorrow. And I'm going to fucking handle my shit. And so I hope for it to go better than it did today. So
well, good. Always, man.
Yeah. So that's what's up with me. Zach, what did you like about today?
What I liked about today was that I felt good about the lesson for guitar that I gave yesterday.
Yeah.
First time student. One of my first students. I've had one other one, but she was my first student. And, she's like 11. And, she seemed really nervous. And I was like, oh, shit, like, it's okay. Like, and we just worked through some stuff. And I was just trying to be encouraging without being like, hey, man, like.
You're doing it wrong.
Right. So I was just trying to be encouraging. And, like, my main thing was like, all right, she seems pretty uncomfortable. If I can get her to laugh, like, here and there, like, and just try to, like, ease that tension, it's like, everything's fine, like, you're good, like, it's like, you just got to practice. So that went well, and then I got another couple of students signed up today. Like,
that's cool, dude.
In the span of, I want to say 3 days, I have 5 lessons now. Huh. I had none. And in the span of 3 days, I have now 5 new lessons.
That's cool, dude.
And so I'm just
Does word travel? Is that how it works?
Well,
like,
I was handing
lesson.
out flyers for
cool.
like, if you sign up with my name on the website, you get a free month of lessons. Because I still get paid for the lessons from the store.
Yeah.
But it's like a promotional thing. Anytime they get a new teacher in, they're like, we give a free month for the people who sign up.
Because
it's like client retention. It's like if you can keep them coming back, they do the free month as a promotion. It's like to see how you do,
right?
To see if
if you work out for the job and see how you do as for training lessons and stuff like that.
So
that's cool.
I did that, and in a very short time, I now have 5 lessons a week.
Nice.
Well, 4 lessons a week, but 5 of them are. There's a 5th one that's like every other week for an hour instead of a half hour. So I'm glad because I got some more notifications that I have new students starting next week.
Which means more hours at work sort of thing?
Yeah, which means more work for me. And I've been desperate for work. So
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. I'm excited about that.
Cool. Well, since that was so good, was there anything you can tell me what was bad about your day?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
I found out my car might be almost done for.
No way.
Keeps overheating.
Oh, and what's up with that? Couldn't you just put more coolant in there, or what?
I'm on top of that normally. I was driving and I noticed holy shit, the temperature gauge for my engine is way too high right now. And I was bringing my dog out into the woods, and so I pulled over the first time I could, and I sat there, and then I was like, what the hell? And I opened up the hood of my car. My engine was smoking.
Oh shit, one of those cases?
Yeah, and
Dang.
so I was freaking out for a second. I knew I had some coolant in my trunk, so I went in my trunk. I filled up what I could, but it was the very bottom 1/5 of the container. Not even a quart.
There was that little left.
Yeah, not even a quart of coolant. So
why even bring it along?
I was like, all right, I'm gonna let it cool down. I'm gonna take my dog on the spot, here. We're gonna walk around. It'll be fine. And so when I fill it up, we go on the walk. I get back into town and I'm like, all right, I have to get coolant right now. So I stop at a gas station. I get some coolant, and then I fill it up. And I driving around earlier, and the temperature gauge is just being wonky. It's either nothing, or it's crawling way too high to the top.
Dang.
To where it's that last quarter before it is in the red.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty sure my engine's done for.
Dang, dude.
I just need to not be going.
Do you check your oil regularly?
No, I've done it.
Stuff?
I need a new head gasket.
Oh.
I don't have the money to get it replaced.
Yeah, that stuff is usually pretty expensive.
It's expensive,
Yeah.
and it's a Subaru, so it's even more expensive because they have to pull the whole fucking engine out to get to the head gaskets, because for some reason they put them on the bottom of the engine block.
Where's the fuse for the headlight? Oh, you gotta go into the piston cylinders. Yeah, sorry.
You have to take off your whole side panel, and you have to put it up on a fucking giant trolley jack.
Yeah.
You have to get under the car, basically.
Yeah.
What? No, it's it is what it is.
You gotta bring it in and pay premium
Anyways,
prices.
that's what was bad about my day. My car
sucks, man.
basically is
That
done
suck.
for, but it's okay.
Yeah. There's always tomorrow.
I'll figure it out.
Well, what would you hope to happen tomorrow?
I hope tomorrow the plans I have work out, and that everybody has a nice time, and I just hope that the weather stays nice as it's supposed to, and it'll be I just hope it'll be a nice day. That's all I really hope for. I just hope for a nice day with as little stress as possible. There's definitely going to be stress, but
I've seen some sun in the future here, as far as weather forecast. So hopefully it's a nice day for you tomorrow. Whatever you got going on there, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, well, this is did you want to close it out today?
I think we settled on you closing out because I opened it up.
Did you open it up? Oh, you did open it up. All right. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, this is Two Birds, One Stoned. Tune in next week for more nonsensical podcasting. If you can guess which bird is the one that's stoned, then you win the game. The only problem is there is no game and there's no prize.
You suck. You failed.
So this is
Get
Two
outta
Birds,
here.
One Stoned. I'm Zachary Brooks.
And if you stick with us, I'm Vincent Schultz.
See you later.
Tune out, tune in, whatever. Peace out. A-Town down. Bye.
Bye.